What's up, gamers? Joe Ross here of Cerulean Games, coming to you with another pickup video. This weekend I attended the West Virginia Sports Card and Collectibles show down in Huntington, West Virginia. It's a small little show they do in the mall about 3 times a year. My buddy Nathan puts it on, Nathan Freeman. Besides sports cards, there's several video game dealers there. There's also people selling Magic and Pokemon, as well as other collectible cards, artwork, toys, comics. It's a good little pop culture kind of thing that they do there. So definitely worth attending for me, especially because I know a lot of people down in the area, have a few connections down there. So it makes it worth going for me. So as far as sales goes, have a couple collectors who made the day, of course. A lot of the other sales, though, were more popular type of games, such as Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong Country. That kind of stuff is really what sold to the typical mall walkers in there. So it's fun, though, because you get to see some of those guys walking by, and they just have like the biggest smiles on their face because they haven't seen these games in years. So the nostalgia for them is great. So that kind of makes it worth it. Picked up some good stuff, though, despite being just a small little mall show, and I'd like to share it with you. All of this will be available, though, at our next convention, which is RetroGameCon up in Syracuse, New York. The date is slipping my mind. I believe it's around the 14th or 15th. It's in the mid-month. It's RetroGameCon. You can check it out on Facebook or online. I'll talk a little bit more about the show after the pickups. So let's show you what I got. First off, got a copy of Tales of Symphonia, non-player's choice. I like that. It is complete. Pretty nice copy here. Paid about $25 on this one. For PS1, we got Legend of Dragoon. It's a really fun RPG. It's a very long game. All 4 discs are in it. It is missing the manual, however. But it is a black label, which they typically tend to sell for about $10 more than what price charting shows us at. Price charting has it at about $20. Black labels usually sell for $30, $35 maybe. Without the manual, though, I'm thinking this one will probably sell for about $20. So that's what we'll have on it. For PS2, I got Digital Devil Saga. And I also got Digital Devil Saga 2. Both are complete, pretty nice copies. We'll be at $15 a piece on these. Another good game is Snoopy vs. the Red Baron. This is one of those games might slip some people at some local stores, so you might be able to get this a little cheaper than what it goes for. Great gameplay. I think we'll be at about $15 on this one. Maximo Army of Zen. I believe that will also be at about $15 on this one. Little shooter here for PS2. It is Sylphid. Lost Planet, Working Designs title. Really cool artwork on the box, I think. I'm not heavy in the shooters, and when I think PS2, I think survival horror, so this one's kind of weird. It might be why it's not that expensive, despite being a Working Designs title. We'll be at about $15 on this one. We got Champions of Norath. Copy there. We'll be at about 20 on that one. 25. And we also got Champions Return to Arms, which we will be at about 30 on this one. This guy I got from my buddy Josh Taylor. He owns Second Chance Games. That's down at the Milton Flea Market. If you're ever down in the Huntington area, really the tri-state area, check out the Milton Flea Market if you're looking for games. There's a few dealers in there, not just Josh, but also Earl has a store in there. Does video games, and there's also Starship Collectibles who has games, and there might be a couple other people in there as well. But definitely worth checking out. Really, both flea markets down at the tri-state, Milton and Hillbilly, down over in Ashland. My buddy Chris has a store called Nerdtopia, and my other friend Brandon has Dixter's Video. Both are pretty excellent stores for being in flea markets. They have a really wide selection, actually, and decent prices. So, again, if you're ever down in the area, check out both those flea markets. Stop at those stores. So So shout out to them. So from Josh, I picked up one I've never seen before, and it is Action 52. I knew that this was on NES, which I've owned that one before. I've never owned it for the Genesis. It kind of sucks that it's just loose, but complete in box is pretty expensive and hard to find, from what I understand. It's got a really nice label, being an unlicensed game, especially for Genesis. Seems to be going down. The trend is down the last 2 years. Not by much, though, which is kind of weird. But still, I'm thinking with a good label like this, probably about 40, 45 is where we'll be at on it. Another Genesis game I got from Rare Drops, which is a standalone store in Huntington. It's a good local store. Baxter, Zoe, and Michael, the people that run it, they do a really good job in there. They're getting ready to put an arcade in the back room, so it's a good little hangout spot for people down in Huntington. So shout out to them for putting in the effort and making a really good store. So I picked up from them Golden Axe 2 for Genesis. As you can see, I already priced it. We'll be at $25 on that one. Yeah, Adventures of Lolo for NES. We'll be at $10. Also picked up a 5-screw Silver Seal Legend of Zelda. Don't see these ones that often. The right collector, if he wants this, they are willing to pay significantly more than what Price Charting has these at. I'm thinking in this condition, it's decent. It's not the best, though. In this condition, I'm thinking a sale price around $40 would be pretty solid. I've seen them sell for like $50 before when they're really nice. So yeah, glad to get this one. From my buddy Chris Seidel, I picked up Mega Man 6. Really nice label on that one. We'll be at $45 on that game. And also, we got Donkey Kong Jr. Math. Like these black labels, black box games. It's actually a really nice label. We'll be at $60 on this one. From my other buddy, Chris Huffman, he's from Doomsday Designs. They do artwork, both posters, t-shirts, all kinds of stuff. They do their own artwork as well in their designs. So, nice little guys. Check them out. They're on Facebook. Did some trading with him, and one of the items I picked up from him was Batman Returns, complete in box. Great artwork. I love it. Even though it's from the movie, I mean, just look at Danny DeVito. The box isn't in the best of shape, but the cart and manual are pretty nice, considering. This has been going up lately, even though it's only about a $10, $15 cartridge. Price Charting has complete in box at $58, I think. However, condition on this one is not up to par for that, so I'm thinking this one's probably in the $40 range. Got some good N64 titles here, including Star Fox 64. We'll be at $20 on that one. Mario Kart 64, $35. Mario Party will be at $30. Mario Party 3, been a while since I had a copy, will be at $45. And Super Smash Brothers, which will be at $50. Also from Rare Drops, this is a good pickup. I'm happy to get this one, and it is Bomberman 64, Second Attack. Really nice label on this guy. Been a while since I had a loose copy. I have a complete in box one that's really nice at the moment, so I'm glad to have this one for availability for customers. Significantly cheaper. I think a good price on this one would be about $150. Seems to be kind of where it's found itself lately. So, for Super Nintendo, we got Super Castlevania 4. Really clean label on this one. We'll be at about $40, $45, that range. Also from Josh at Second Chance Games, we got Chrono Trigger. Haven't had this for a while. I always like having this game in. It is my favorite on the system. We'll be at about $110. And also from Josh, we got a copy of Earthbound. Really nice label on this one. Has this a hint of wear here on the front. Nothing we can do about that, but it's really not that bad. This is a good, clean copy of this game. And I'm thinking about $200. The last item I had to show you, I did not pick up at the show. It was in the mail waiting for me. I did a trade with my buddy Mike. He lives out in New Mexico, and he owns a store called We Know Video Games. That's located in the mall out there at Albuquerque. He's got a really nice store. He just opened up this year. He's doing a tremendous job with it. Very proud of him. Very happy for him. And I really wish him the best. So we did a trade. I sent him about 9 items, and he sent me $15 and this guy, and it is Musha, complete in box. It's a really nice copy of this game. Beautiful label. Really nice manual. It has the registration card in the back. You can see back there. Just a solid piece. The artwork is great on the front and back. Color's good still. I'm thinking about $4.75 is a good price to put on this one because it is a solid game. It's a solid title. This one has not trended upwards the way that other Genesis and other retro games, for that matter, have. So even though it's going up a little bit, it is higher than it was last year. Last year was about, I remember I sold a copy for $300. I think they may have been averaging on price charting for maybe like $350 at the time. So it is going up, but not as quickly as other stuff. So, and especially with how hot Genesis is, Musha probably has a good upside to it in the long run. So definitely future value there. It has sold for $700 in the past. So that was a one-time deal, but that just shows you that there's at least 2 people willing to spend that much. So happy to get this. Thank you, Mike. Like I said, all this will be available at RetroGameCon in Syracuse, New York, later this month, mid-November, at the State Fairgrounds there at Syracuse. A ton of people are going to be coming out there for that. First guy that I know is going is my buddy Scott Zentek. He lives up in Buffalo, so he'll be making the short drive over. Also appearing will be the Angry Video Game Nerd, the Game Chasers. I know that Re-Rez just announced that they'll be attending. Who knows who else will be there? Maybe Alpha Omega Sin, maybe the Gaming Historian. So definitely going to be a show worth going to. I believe it's in its 3rd year, so they're doing something right up there in Syracuse. So I'm very excited to be getting up there. So and Patrick is doing a really good job promoting it. So we'll be there. All this will be available there. So as always, like the video. Like us on Facebook. All our new pickups we always post on there, so if you ever see anything you need, let us know. And hope to see you at the show at RetroGameCon. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.